Welcome, Taurus. How's everybody doing? My name is Patty. I am an empath that is doing your intuitive tarot today. And I have, let's see, not only intuitive, but with the divine as the conduit. I'm the conduit for the divine, I should say. And so most of my energies and the readings come from him. And I do astrology and numerology. I mix those energies in. However, the number one source is the divine, or whoever he chooses to send through at that time. Could be your ancestors, could be mine. I don't know who it is. So I hope you get something from this, because this is directed for your journey, your struggles, your challenges. If you're on the fence about something, if you're asking a question about something, and in hopes to get some clarity. All right, just want some clarity. I will say I am not a psychic. I am an empath, a very intuitive and some clairvoyance, but it is not in my control, put it that way. All right, so let's get going here. So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards. One of them, first one is the divine, because he's always the source. Second one is the current energies, and third card is future energies. I'll get clarity on those if we need that. And then I will be doing a horseshoe spread today, and that will give me some clarity on your past, present, and your future. Maybe some hindrances that you have that are causing you to be stuck. So let's get started. This is for the week of the 7th through the 13th. Now there is a new moon on the 10th, so just be prepared that some of these energies are going to be a little bit mixed up. You know, you might have a hard time sleeping, that kind of a thing. Or you could be doing the actual opposite. If you're actually in balance a little bit, you'll be able to sleep really, really good. So let's get going. And any new announcements? Just that I am still doing the dailies. So if you haven't watched one of the dailies, they're 1 minute of inspiration. They are from the divine energy of what you want for your day, or he wants for your day, put it that way. Wow, this is really interesting. Never seen those two together. So that is just something that I do Monday through Friday, and hope you'll watch those. 1 minute. Subscribe, hit the bell. You'll know when they're on. All right. So Divine's card today is the Raven. The Raven is the number 10. Means that something is completing, finishing, and something new is beginning. So maybe we'll see some pages or the Fool or something today. The one thing about the Raven is it's about magic, coincidence, and synchronistic events. Now, if you've watched my tarot before, you're going to see that I don't believe in magic. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe things happen for a certain reason. I believe that we have a destiny, and the destiny is the path to our purpose and our calling. So synchronistic events are very important, because when something ends and something begins, you're actually moving in your journey further and further along. So this is a really, really good thing. And then we have the number 11, which brings something together, or it separates it. So we want things to bring together. The divine wants to bring things together, because that's in love. If he separates it, it could be all different kinds of forces. It could be also destructive forces, or he could be doing it to protect you as well. So, but right here, the divine wants to really pull things together, because everything's done in love or fear, and he's all about love. All right. So the second card, which is your card for the week, the 7th through the 13th, is trust. Let's see how many people can do that. So we have to trust in the synchronistic events, that dot-to-dot connection that keep moving you in a direction for your journey and your calling. So this is a really important time to listen to your intuition. This week it's going to be really, really important, because your future energy here, the card that is for the future, again, is truth. So trust and truth go together. These actually all go together, because the divine is truth. Truth is absolute truth, actually not human truth. Very, very different. Your trust has to go into the unseen. Your intuition is the unseen. So to be intuitive, you have to listen to that unseen part of you, because that is the divine's telephone to you, basically. You know, a lot of people are like, what is intuition? How does it work? I have no clue how it works, but I do know it works because definitely, I have firsthand witness of it because I'm extremely intuitive. And my daughter says I'm clairvoyant. I don't think I am, but she says, Mom, that's clairvoyance. That's not intuition. I'm like, okay, whatever. So, but there's other abilities I have as an empath. So it's really important to understand a little bit about the unseen because it's second dimensional, and this is where we should actually be balancing ourselves more than in the world and the scene, and if you see it you believe it kind of a thing, because that comes and go like a fart in the wind. That really stinky. But it comes and goes because it's a roller coaster of emotions and feelings and everything like that. Whereas if you're with the divine, then it's actually very calm, very peaceful. Even when you hit the freaking biggest storm that you've got going on, your boat's just going like this. But if you're in the world and you're going through a freaking big storm, then your boat's going like this, and sometimes it capsizes. So you have to really sort of look at give at least the second dimension a chance to have that truth and that trust in it, because tell you what, it works. Gosh, I'm in the middle of writing like 2 books and doing a bunch of videos. Divine wants me to do another video. It's going to be a very transparent video on surviving sexual abuse. And it's just going to be partly my story and hopefully tools and tips and give you courage, whoever is out there going through sexual abuse or cannot heal from sexual abuse. He's, for whatever reason, he's got me doing that. So I'll be very transparent in that. So, and I am healed from it. Not saying that there isn't triggers from it, but there is healing from it, and you can heal from it. So that's, I don't know why he has me doing that, but I will listen, I will follow, and I will do as he says. So let's get your spread going here. So like I said, I'm going to do a 7-card spread, which is it's a horseshoe spread. I'm not going to put it in a horseshoe, don't need to, but it is a 7-card spread so that you know, in case somebody wants to know what kind of spread I am doing. So for somebody's past here, though, they've been really focused in on the past. For somebody's been focused in on the past. Oops, I'm doing a different spread. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They're focused in, they keep going in cycles of going in and out, in and out, in and out of the woes of I'm struggling, I'm not struggling, I'm struggling, I'm not struggling. And it has to do with the thought process that they're going through because of the 9 of Wands. It's about carrying your wounds out in the open. So we all have battle scars and wounds. And did you guys ever see Lethal Weapon in I think it's the first one or the second one, and they're showing each other their scars and their wounds? This is sort of like that. However, somebody's carrying them outward all the time. So, oh, I've been through this. Oh, I've been through that. I've done this. I've done that. Oh, they hurt me here. They hurt me there. Well, if he wouldn't have done that, if she wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have turned out this way. I wouldn't have happened to turn out this way. And you keep staying there, which for somebody is going to keep them stuck. Now, not everybody is there. Some people have grown and nurtured from that because we have the Empress next. Some of us have grown, helped ourselves get out of that. Some people have gotten counseling. Some people have got coaching. However, there's some people that are in denial that they even do it, so they get stuck. Okay. So for some of you, they've actually really done the homework. You have taken the energy to do that. We have the the 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay. And that begins the process of some qualities that maybe have held you back in time. So you've gone from really hurting to begin to healing, loving yourself, taking care of yourself, maybe understanding what happened, knowing that you're not at fault, you're not the victim. And wow, this is weird. Why am I talking about this just after what I had said? But it also has held you back on some of your future opportunities. So at this point in time, you might want to think about looking at opportunities. I'm not saying to go back and think about the opportunities you missed and go back to the woe is me. I'm saying look at those opportunities that you've missed because of either your thought process, or maybe you could have done things differently to make that outcome happen. But now this is sort of what's happening presently, is just to do a self evaluation of where your past was, where it is now, and where you want to take it. Because a lot of the times if we stay stuck in, you can also, in this process, you can get depressed, you can have anxiety, you can have all these things, and you may not see the light of what is being offered to you. Okay, so somebody is possibly in this depression that doesn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light. I will tell you, I've been through so many traumas, and I don't have PTSD. Because somebody just said on the other side, PTSD. I don't have PTSD. I don't know who that is. Definitely isn't Divine saying that, because Divine's healed me of all PTSD. However, this keeps us moving in a forward process. For you guys, there is a hope for the future. There is this for the future. This is something that, somebody is holding on to. So whatever your past gave you, what, we all have a past. We all have to either accept the past as it is, what it was, and some of those people that maybe have damaged us, or we went through a process of making bad choices or bad decisions, own it. Own it. And then the more the thing about this here that somebody has already learned, they've owned it, they've realized it, they've validated it. They said, yes, I did do that, or I didn't do that, and I accept it. However, for your future, it is going to take work to do this. It is going to take work. You are going to see the most beautiful rewards of this work, because here's the thing, your cards trust. Here's your thing, second dimension, divine, second energy, love and absolute truth. Divine will walk with you no matter what you go through. He'll walk through you with the fire. Been there, done that. And you know what? I stayed calm through the whole thing. When I was living in the world, I was like a nutcase. I was up and down and all over the place, just like a lot of people. But this trust and this truth, you're going to see that it's going to release a burden. There's a huge, huge burden that is going to release. Okay. And when you do this, it is going to bring wealth. Now, this says it's going to bring, we've got the Page of Pentacles. It's going to bring, because he's a messenger. All the pages are messengers of some type. However, this is a page of wealth in basically material things, jobs, your health, education, things like that. And whoever does the work behind it, because we've got a bunch of work, and you're paying attention to what you're doing. You're looking at if you look at this card super closely, there are pentacles, but if you look at the pentacles, they're in like grapes. You have a lot of harvest coming this way. And I love this, because then the Fool comes out. The Fool, a lot of people think, oh, they're stupid, they're idiots. No, the Fool is a brand new energy. So somebody is going to really be doing their work, and they're really going to have to trust. But let me tell you, this energy coming from this energy is a pure new energy. Because if you look at the Fool really, really close, he is holding in his hand a white flower, a pure flower, a new beginning, an offering to start something new. I've got goosebumps for somebody. Thank you for that, Raven. I'm looking at the Raven. Looking at that. Thank you for that, Divine. I appreciate it. But the Raven, this is really interesting. Okay, thank you. So the Divine wants me to share also in this whole process. This is a healing process for somebody this week. I don't know who this is for, but it is to bring a newness back into you. This is something that is going to revive you, refuel you, give you that hope, that confidence, that healing, that just even if it's a little light, that I see somebody with a little candle right here, and the flame is just teeny, 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 tiny. It's like it wants to go out, but there's no such way it will. And I see that growing. It's like it's becoming hotter and hotter, and the flame is getting bigger and bigger. And this is the thing is with the raven, beautiful, beautiful bird. Well, if you like black birds, but the thing is, it is a beautiful bird because this bird is extremely smart. And the thing about it that I like is that the divine always uses the most uncommon things to bring out the unseen actions, the supernatural actions. And if you know that the raven, a lot of biblical and myth and stuff, that is a very smart bird, but nobody liked it. It was unclean, it was dark, it was evil, it was all kinds of stuff, and it was very misunderstood. So the divine is saying, don't misunderstand me, because all I want you to do is trust in me and walk in your truth, in your authenticity. Thank you for that. So you have to be authentic, okay, in your healing. You can't lie to yourself. If you're going to lie to yourself, you're going to keep going through these cycles over and over and over again. This is for your future. This is the center card, okay? Now, the other thing too is what a hindrance is. Somebody is so focused on what happened in the past or what is going on in the past. This is really flipping me out because I really didn't expect to talk about the video I'm going to be doing with the sexual abuse, but then this blows my mind because this is apparently what he's talking about, and this could be any kind of abuse, not just sexual abuse. But here's your first card out. This is your past card, and this is about the things that you were thinking of the past. Now this is your hindrance card, which means that all you're doing is thinking about the negative energies, the negative vibrations, the negative things that have been happening, that have been stirring. It's sort of like having a pot of stew and you just keep mixing it and mixing it and mixing it. Excuse me, until it burns or it keeps getting, and you just keep mixing the pot. Whereas the Fool, man, excuse me, I did this a couple readings ago. The Fool is a light, fun energy. Now, when you become pure in your thoughts again and you get refueled and you get happy and joyful again, the Fool is a card where you are more enlightened and you're fun and you're having creativity and you're back to yourself and you're enjoying yourself. But somebody is fighting this. Somebody is fighting this authenticity that you're supposed to be. Okay, this is your hindrance card. So be careful of that. Remember to have fun and enjoy things and be light, because if you thank you. So if you keep being serious and heavy all the time, so somebody on the other side is saying, yeah, you're the life of the party. They were being sarcastic. Yeah, some life of the party. Yeah. So somebody else is, yeah, don't be a Downy Debbie. What did you say? Downer Debbie? I think Downer Debbie. I'm like, okay, you got some jokesters over there. Okay, so, but they want you to be lifted up. They want you to start thinking more positive about yourself, because in this whole process, somebody's self-value, self-emotion, self-esteem, self-love is not there. And this is a time to begin to trust in the divine and helping you heal. If secular counseling is world counseling, that's where people go to the books and go get their college degrees and go get everything in psychology. I mean, I've taken psychology in class, and I've gone through counseling for my PTSD, or not my PTSD, but my sexual abuse. I'm sure I had PTSD at some point, but that's where the worldly counseling is. I cannot go to a secular counselor anymore. I have to go to a spiritual counselor because it's a night and day mindset. So a night and day mindset is a spiritual counselor is going to speak to you more in love and compassion, second dimensional, more of a very, very, you can't see it kind of a thing. It's like, God, how can I explain it? It's not book knowledge, and they can't explain it because you can't see it. So you can study the brain and you can study the mind and you can study all this behavioral and all this and all that. But when it's me, I can't do that. I just can't. And so actually I'd gone to several secular counselors for my abuse, and none of them helped. None of them helped. But I went to a spiritual counselor, and I got more out of that in one session than years of a secular. So, but it all just depends on where you're at and what level you're at in your healing, I think, to be honest. All right. We do have some love coming towards you, some beautiful love coming towards you with the Knight of Wands, definitely. Knight of Wands. I don't think I need to clarify the trust or the truth card. Those are just very, very, very they're clarified right there. You either trust in the world or you trust in divine. There's two choices. You trust in love or you trust in fear. World is fear. Trust in love is divine, spiritual. Truth. Truth is earthly truth, which is up and down and not so true. And it's also perspective to perspective. Whose truth is what truth? And is there real truth? Or is there absolute truth that you can be sure that it is consistent, never changing? It's always going to be there. That is love. Earthly truth, that is fear. Okay, there's a very big difference. Maybe I'll do a video on that one day. But it's very complicated. I think it's very complicated. I didn't understand it when I first understood it at all. All right. So let's see what we've got going here. Definitely. So here we go again. So we have not only the 8 of Swords, we have the 9 of Wands. So we have somebody really going through some hard inner self. This could also too be Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde is still going on until the 22nd of June. This can cause a lot of inner turmoil, okay? You have the new moon in the 10th, but that new moon should be causing you to release some of this. From the 10th to the full moon, you should be releasing some of that energy, getting rid of some of that burden. So if you're really thinking and working your work and trusting in divine, saying, I can't do this anymore, divine, you just do it. You just do it. You take it. Take the wheel. Take the wheel. You know, whatever. Take the wheel, because you will have the strength to be able to get through this. So with Mercury and Saturn going at it up there, then we've got a lot of conflict going on. Pluto should be, is Pluto still going? Pluto might be still going as well until October, I believe. And we got retrogrades, 3 retrogrades going on. 3 people, 3. So there's a lot of conflict and there's a lot of fighting up there as far as who's fighting what and doing. So there is some love coming your way. However, please, you know, if you're not ready, if you haven't healed, it's not the time to bring in another person. It's just not. And if it is time, then you're healed and you keep moving on, because this energy, I want this energy back. So somebody's energy, I want this Fool energy to come back. Somebody doesn't have that playful side in them right now. And you want that playful side in them, because that's what brings your energies out. When we're not playful and we're frustrated or we're depressed and we're anxiety, our energies like go. But if you start being happy and joyful and everything, it's like these energies just go, wow. It's huge. So that's what positive energies do. Positive, uplifting, joyful, whatever you want to call them. I just realized today I am naked. I have no makeup on. It's so hot here, guys. It's so hot here. I just didn't want to put any on. I forgot. So now you get me in the raw. See, this is what I mean. You got to keep some playful in it. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. Somebody's way too serious out there. If you need help, you email me. If you need to have a question, you need something, don't hesitate to email me. I don't charge you for emailing me. I don't charge you for asking questions. Shoot, I've done Skypes for all around the world and people don't pay me. It's not why I do this. The divine has me doing this because this is my gift, and this is my gift back to for him, to give him the glory. All right. All right. So let's see what else we've got going here. Somebody does have an opportunity coming up that they aren't going to miss. I don't know who that is. But this is not for your current future, though. This is something that's going to grow. This is going to grow your future out here. But somebody is going to be questioning if they should do it. Somebody's got an opportunity. They're afraid that maybe it won't work because they don't have enough knowledge in them. You do. And if you don't, the divine will show you the resources to do it. Been there, done that. When I bought my business, is this upside down? Yes, it is upside down. When I bought my business, I had no clue what to do. And he wanted me to do it for almost 6 months. I fought him. No. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And finally, he wore me down. He's not going to go away. If he wants you to do something, he's not going to go away. He will keep at you on it. And I finally said, really, verbally, I loudly said, all right, already, okay. But you're going to have to show me. You're going to have to give me the resources. Boom, 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 boom. He was like he was just waiting, and he went boom, boom, boom. And this is a true story. You can ask my daughter. And he opened every door as quick as he could and said, go, 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 go. Because maybe there was something in that future I was holding back on, and that if I didn't do it, I would lose that opportunity, just like this person did. He didn't want me to lose that opportunity. But you know what? Sometimes if we don't take it, he'll find somebody else that will. All right. I don't know who that was for. Okay, so we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. So we're close to, again, another pity party kind of a thing. And the 9 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. We're talking about truth and trust here. Truth and trust. So that is going to be definitely your future there. All right. You've got to lean on divine. Who had the Hierophant? Boy, there was a huge spiritual, I won't need that right now anyway. There's a huge spiritual battle going on with one of the readings. It was like, wow, this was like in the cards, a spiritual battle that I really, really had to fight to get. I don't even know if I made headway. I was so in it because I could feel the energy of somebody's soul being torn, but it was just, please, please listen to the Hierophant, please, please, because somebody's soul was just, I could just feel it being torn on the fence, and it was just like the divine was really, really wanting it. Hi there. Well, I've been doing a reading, so I don't know if this is something that is relevant to you or resonates with you or not, but should be in the reading. All right, so right now, real quick, I'm going to do love and relationships. Okay, and I'm going to be doing this at the end pretty much every time because, like here, there was no love, and some people want to know that are in a relationship or going into a relationship or are about ready to be split up from a relationship. So I'm going to be doing love and relationship at the end. Okay. And then, yeah. Wow. Right before I pulled the card, I had heard don't split up. I don't know who that's for, but said don't split up. It's about the communication. And it usually is. If somebody's going to break up or divorce or separate, it's usually about the communication. So the card divine picked was the Desert Prince, and that is about survival and false promises, and it's also the number 10. Okay, so with being the number 10, that means something really wants to split apart, but something is trying to hold it together. So it is like the way that I can explain this is 2 ways. There's I like to give visuals so that you guys can understand this. So if you're getting married or you're in a relationship together on a worldly realm, you think of your relationship as a rope. So ropes have different amounts of cords. You can have 2 wrapped together. You can have 3 wrapped together. You can have, 6 strands all wrapped together. This here is a worldly relationship. This is a 2-strand rope or cord. Okay. If you are spiritually connected, divine, really spiritually married, or in a relationship together, that is a 3-strand cord. Here's the difference. Worldly cord, when things begin to unravel, now think of 2, I wish I had a string. So you got this rope here, and you take the end and you start to split the 2 strands apart, and before you know it, they're separate. Now, if you take a married couple or a couple together I say married because divine wants us married, period. He wants us married because that creates a unity, that creates one. But when divine is at the center, it is a divine intervention. It is divine brought together. These 2 people are brought together, whether they're just meeting or whether they're getting married. It is a 3-strand cord. Now, here's the big difference. You have the 2 strands that can come apart. That center strand, I'm not going to do this, but the center strand, these 3, or I'll do it this way because I know people are being nasty. So the 3rd strand is the center, and they're all twined together. But if you start pulling that 3rd center cord holds the whole thing together. It doesn't come apart. Okay? That is how the divine works. He's the 3rd cord to hold things together. That's the core foundation. This is the core spirit of you. Oh my gosh, he's got me going. But he's the core spirit. He is your core. He is your spirit. He is your soul. He is right here. He's that little flame, that candle I just told you that was going out, that is now growing. So for somebody's love relationship, and I really didn't mean to go this long, is the Desert Prince, survival and false promises. False promises is the earth. This is somebody who's given, though it's saying that they were going to give the world, but their actions could not do it. Okay? Their actions could not do it. And they don't. So false promises are empty. False promises are saying, I'm going to try to do it empty, 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 empty. Okay? Empty, empty. Love this. What did I just say about the 2nd strand? I can't make this up. 2nd strand is earth. 3rd strand is divine. I don't know if you can read that. My finger's on it. Can you read it? If you can't, it says surrender to the divine, the full moon. This is a powerful full moons. We talk about them all the time. Full moons have the most powerful energy. And if they're a super moon, they're even more powerful. However, surrender whatever it is to the divine, because this is the number 2. It is going to separate, or it is going to hold it together. The glue that holds it together. The next card that popped up from surrender to the divine was prosperity lives ahead. Bring it together, guys. Bring it together. You have to bring it together. You got to pull it together. If you're in a love relationship and you're arguing, it's all about the communication. You guys need help, email me. It's all about, you don't even have to fight. In fact, if you haven't seen, effective communication video, go and watch that on there. It's going to help you a lot. Okay? Warlord, welcome, welcome. Oh, you're very welcome. Hey, but I just did a full reading, so I think a lot of that, if that didn't resonate with you, then there probably wasn't a message for you, but I cannot believe that none of this resonated with you. And thank you. What is it? Jades? Yep, resonates. Good. But hopefully this does. And you know what? You can take this 2-strand and 3-strand cord into your family. You can take it into your relationships. You can take it. You got to have something to believe in and trust in the beginning and all the way through. You have to. You have to have something to give you hope, something to guide you, something. And I don't know what could. I mean, I've lived so much in the supernatural, and I have had witnesses. I've been protected. I'm not going to toot these things, but even through the pandemic, I've been protected. And through my homelessness, I was given a lot of money all of a sudden. It's like, where did this come from? It was like, okay, I've been given all of those things. The thing is, but you have to trust and believe that the divine and these synchronistic events, he's saying, I'm trying to show you, please open your eyes. Sort of like me with the business. It's like I was saying, no, no, no. I mean, he's saying, I want you to do this. I want you to do this. I hate sewing. I don't want sewing. I don't want to be in an old business that I own a sewing machine and I don't want to do this. No. For 6 months. No. Then finally, okay, fine. Fine. I'll do it. And then because I trusted in what he was doing, blam. I was given all kinds of stuff I can't even explain. I've got goosebumps. Goosebumps for somebody. Anyway, I know this is long. This is really important, though. Please rewatch this. If this resonated with you, the divine is screaming to have trust in him. Trust him. Trust him. But you have to be your authentic you. You cannot think that this is going to keep happening. This has to stop. This old past. This is your past. This is your future. But you got to have trust, and you have to be honest with yourself and the people around you. Because you know what? If you have to be a different person at work, different person at home, different person at your friends, different person, you're not being honest. You're not actually walking in the truth. This is June and July's energy. This is the planetary energy. This is Mercury. This is Saturn and Pluto's retrograde. Thank goodness Mercury's leaving on the 22nd. So anyway, I hope this resonated with you. And Warlord and Jades. Anyway, I hope this resonated with you. I love that you guys came on and you offered some comments and questions. I love that. If you ever have anything you need to share or talk about or questions, don't hesitate to email me. And don't forget, there are every day, Monday through Friday, little inspirational 1-minute dailies that the divine, I pray before I do the 1-minute dailies, and he picks them. And so it is to lift you up for that day, give you hope, give you inspiration or whatever. So that's the way my tarot works. I do talk about the bad stuff when we have to, but it's in hopes to lift up and help and heal. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And I probably should have put this in the very beginning. I think I better start doing that. This is the middle of, well, it's the 7th through the 13th, right, of June. So at the end of the month, I'm going to be doing some pre-recordings because I will be in Orlando, Florida from June 24th to July 4th. I'll be in Universal Studios and where are we at? Disney. And I will be doing some filming for the travel agency there. So if you're in that area, let me know and I will love to meet you. All right. So just know that there is going to be some pre-recorded. So don't be hesitated or don't wonder if I've left. I haven't. I'm just doing some travel agency stuff and trying to take some days off. All right. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So you guys have a great week and we will see you next week. Take care.